So Nintendo just announced that they are releasing the Switch 2 on June 5th, and it's a total disaster. I have never seen a console launch get so much backlash within 12 hours of it being announced, and there's a lot of reasons that people are hating on this, but as usual, it comes down to the price point. The Switch 2 will be selling for $449.99. This makes it the most expensive console on the market. You can get a PS5 or an Xbox for significantly less. I mean, if you want an Xbox S series that comes with 1 terabyte of storage, it's gonna cost like what, $300, maybe $350. And keep in mind, when the original Switch came out, it was $299. So this is almost double the price, and there aren't really that many updates. The only reason that people are incentivized to buy this device is so that they can play the new games that come out, because although Nintendo has said that the Switch games will be compatible with Switch 2, I'm certain that this will only last for maybe 12 months, and then pretty much every single game that they're gonna start rolling out will only be compatible with the Switch 2, and they will stop providing updates to the original console, and it will become unusable. Everyone remembers that when the original Switch launched, it came with 32 gigs of data, and to put it in perspective, this is not even enough to download Fortnite. 32 gigabytes is absolutely nothing. You can maybe handle 2 of Nintendo's games with that, so it forced everyone to have to buy extra storage, which really pissed some people off. The good news is that the Switch 2 will come out with 256 gigs, but again, Xbox gives you 1 terabyte for way less. And I'm assuming with all the updated graphics, that 256 gigs is gonna fill up really fast. The price point of the console was already getting a pretty significant amount of backlash, but people didn't get really mad till they announced that digital games will now be costing $80. $80 for a digital game that you will never own. Keep in mind that most of Nintendo's games are $59.99 as of today, and this is for their best games, okay? And the crazy part is that you never actually own these digital games. I just found that out not even a few months ago. It's basically like a lease for however long Nintendo keeps their software system updated. To put it in perspective, any digital game that you may have bought in on a Nintendo DS will no longer work. You could have spent $34 on Pokemon Diamond, but you cannot play it if it's digital. And currently I have the original Switch, and I would say 80% of the games that I own are digital, okay? So they have a lifespan of maybe 10 years, which sounds like a long time, but come on, I want to be able to play it forever. And a lot of people are saying in the replies that the physical copies are gonna be $90, meaning that if you buy 3 or 4 Switch games, you're already paying for the price of the console itself. And there's like 5 games that are just essential for any Switch user to own. So if you make the decision to invest in the Switch 2, you are going to be spending at least $1,000. This has been getting so much backlash online with people telling Nintendo to go F themselves, which is kind of crazy. Pre-orders will start April 9th, and you can get the original Switch for $449, like I said, or you can get it with the Mario Kart bundle for $499, which I'm assuming everyone's going to do because it'll save you $30 on the game. The new Mario Kart is called Mario Kart World, and apparently you can like drive off the maps now and go exploring. I don't know how excited I am for this. Mario Kart is fun, but it's like, after playing it for the 4th time, you're sort of like, okay, I'm never gonna play this again. It just feels like they announced so many things at once. They also announced this new Nintendo GameCube controller. You know, people are just gonna eat it up, and I'm sure it's gonna be at least $60. Probably $80. I mean, if the digital games are $80, why wouldn't this be? At first, people were blaming the tariffs that are going into place for these increased prices, but again, these games are digital. If they were physical, I totally understand. This is just Nintendo wanting more and more money. The crazy thing is their stock has not gone up that much today, even though they had this huge announcement, and I think it's just because so many people are upset with the entire company. Personally, the only way that I would buy the Switch 2 is for Super Smash Bros. And maybe the new Pokemon releases, but apparently Pokemon Z-A, which is coming out by the end of this year, will be playable on the Switch 1. So I don't know if I'm gonna get the Switch 2. I mean, that's crazy. We can't keep giving Nintendo our money. Meanwhile, I have all of these. That Pikachu, $80. The Snorlax, $40. Nintendo is just straight up robbing me 24/7.